We are almost finishing. We are almost 2 hours in. To finalize, we have been speaking about this a little bit already. Um, Standard workflows, on-site processes, what to do before cleaning and after cleaning. We just spoke about drone detailing after using bleach. What would be, in summary, what would be your tips for anyone entering the drone business, drone cleaning business? How to set up shop when getting to the site and how to dismantle everything after.
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
What's the question?
Any tips for your setup
Starting out?
time? Yeah.
Oh, setup time. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. So first thing you want to do when you're doing an inspection is find the water, right? Um,
True.
find the water. That's number one thing. After you look at the dirty stuff, go find the water. Is the water on? Have you over here? We have commercial keys where we can just like put the key in and test it. I've had jobs where they told me the water was going to be on. I show up to work and the water's not on, and I'm like, man, someone's got to turn the water on now. So always look for the water, test the water, make sure it works. When you get to a site, first thing you want to do is hook up to the water because the thing you're always going to be waiting on is charging batteries and running out of water. Those are the two things you're going to be waiting on. You're going to be
True.
charging batteries and you're going to be running out of water. That's what's going to happen.
And
So,
also, if the water is not stagnant, because if you go to fire hydrants, for example, and I'm
oh
sure
yeah,
Kim is well aware of that, I had an issue similar to that. You can have water, but if it's been on the pipes for too long, it will mess up your RO or the I system
oh
quite
yeah,
fast.
yeah. So typically
You need
we
to
call it
bleed it.
tap water,
Yeah, you need to bleed
right?
it before
Yes.
before starting to use it, so to speak.
I actually just had a guy tell me that a couple of weeks ago. He goes, if you, I haven't hooked up to a hydrant yet. He goes, but if you hook up to a hydrant, you got to let it bleed out for a while because there's going to be a bunch of nasty stuff that's going to come out, and then make sure then hook it up. But I would say find your water. And also for drone guys, you got to have electricity because it's not like you're just gonna unless it's a very small job. Like when I do a job with Jason, my buddy up in Austin, who has his own company, and we have a deal where if he's flying his drone, I'm going to bring my set of batteries and my charger. If I'm flying my drone, he's going to bring his set of batteries and his charger. We always have constant charging going on. We're working on a better system of cooling the battery down a little bit before we put it on hot. But you don't want to cool it down too much because then you're going to slow down the chemical process. But you gotta. These are the things it's gonna frustrate the hell out of you. Make sure you have a charging setup and you know how to charge batteries all day long if you're working 8 hours. Water, keep an eye on your water because if you run out of water, you're going to create airlocks and then you got to manage airlocks. So it's about site maintenance, cordon off areas, have safety cones, have tape, have your visual observers help you. Wear a vest that says "Do not disturb." I'm a pilot. Um, the shoulder tapping is going to be a big thing when you're trying to fly. People are going to want to ask you questions. Um, so you always have to have someone to do crowd control if you're in front of people. But the main thing is find your water, find electrical, make sure, like I think Kim touched on it earlier, you got to know where your emergency landing spots are going to be. Um, and just things like that. We're kind of like weathermen too. You got to keep an eye on the weather. Kim also mentioned KP index. So we're like weathermen, 10 days out, we're looking at the forecast. 5 days out, we're looking at the forecast. 3 days out, we're looking at the forecast. We're looking at the KP index, which is what is the electromagnetic, it has to do with the solar flares from the sun. So you want a KP index typically of under, I think it was under 4 or something like that.
Yeah, four.
Under, yeah, yeah, I think it's under 4. Anything above 4, you're kind of getting in a touchy spot. where you could lose the signal from your RC to your drone. That's what's going to happen. Or it could lose GPS lock and it's going to fly into the building. So just know your airspace, and know your environment, know where the water and electrical are. These are all things that are just, they could, they're going to destroy your job. If you didn't plan on a 25-mile-per-hour wind that day, you're not going to get a whole lot of cleaning done,
Yeah. I might want to add to that because we need to have logbooks of our batteries.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I do is I number my batteries. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yep.
6, and I just keep rotating. If number 1 is in my drone, the next battery is number 2, and then the next. Makes sense?
Yep, that's what we do. And little trick, Kim, in the field when guys don't know which battery is charged or not, if it's standing up, standing soldier, it's charged. It's laying down, dead soldier, it's a dead battery. So that way, when you look over to the battery charger, if they're standing batteries, those better be charged, and the ones that are laying down are not. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, good trick. Good trick.
Something else, especially with the hoses, but I'm familiar with that with solar cleaning already. When we're on a big rooftop, we have a crazy amount of hose on that rooftop, and it's the same with drones. Although you're on the ground level, I had this experience when I went to Italy to clean a hotel. Someone of the crew members, they just were pulling the hose out of my van, and they were just throwing it in one big stack. It's not something you do. Always lay your hoses out in loops so it doesn't get tangled anywhere. You don't get these crazy knots or nicks. Because when your hose gets stuck somewhere, typically your guy will see that happening. But if not, and can become dangerous. So
and I'm an owner operator, so I treat everything like it's my baby. But guys aren't going to do that. And the number one thing they're going to abuse is that hose. They're going to pull on it. They're going to snag it. They're going to rip it. So take care of your hose.
And the thing, because I never clean alone. We're actually not allowed to do that. But your guy or your third guy on site, a lot of the time he needs to keep people away from the pilot. So that's not something most will think about, but that drone catches so much attention and people always want to come ask questions. And typically they do that to the pilot and not to the steward or the other guy in the field. And this is what I tell all my guys when they're working with me: make sure nobody comes talk to me while I'm watching that drone. And we have different rules. We have these A signs that we put somewhere, and we have safety vests with do not distract the pilot and all these things. But
they're still going to do it.
They're
still going to do it.
Yeah, still going to do it.
Yeah, I've yelled at people before, like literally yelled at them.
Yeah. Guilty. Me too.
Like, yes. I'm flying a drone. Leave me alone. Like, just stop talking to me right now. Like I'm working.
Yeah, but most people think that it's all automated, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
probably
next to a building, and he's just watching it and make sure everything goes well. But we're actually flying that thing, Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing, guys. You have to start thinking like a pilot. Flying and shooting, and it's very mental work. It looks like fun, looks like we're playing a game. Your focus level has to be so just. And I'm telling you guys, after 8 hours a day and 4 hours of flying, your neck's gonna hurt a little bit, but you're gonna be more mentally exhausted than you think you're going to be because you've been focusing so diligently. And so just know that as well, that it's not all fun and games. It can get boring at times, but when you're flying, it's intense. You've got to 100% focus. And at the end of the day, you don't really understand the physical toll of the day, yes. but there's a mental toll to it too, because you've been
Oh, yeah.
concentrating so hard for so long. You got to take breaks. If you know, you got to learn how to take breaks sometimes, man. Take a 15-minute break and then get back to it. Because, you know,
That's
I'm that
something
kind of guy
a
that I
lot of
want to just
people
push
ask me.
through it.
A lot of people ask
Yeah,
me
you just
that
want to push
question
through
because
it.
that drone can only fly for 50 minutes. How long is that? That's not long enough. I swear to you, after 15 minutes, you're happy that drone touches the ground. You can go
Yeah.
have a smoke or a coffee, and
Yeah.
you can continue. Because this thing, like you said, takes a crazy amount of focus, and you're actually needed.
That's why I don't know about the powered tethered drones. Who can fly a drone for 4 straight hours looking up? I don't know. I haven't found that
no
guy
one.
yet. So
No one.
I don't. Yeah. All right, guys.
From Lee, maybe something else that I can touch point on, because it was in the beginning of the webinar, but I didn't answer it. Is the marketing side of things. How do you acquire customers, and especially B2B, commercial, industrial? Come join us in the drone cleaning network. We're about to launch something for the pilots there and the contractors to teach them how to use LinkedIn to get in front of these property managers and hotel chain managers and you name it. So come join us.
Well,
I think I've put the link already in the chat. So just join us.
Yeah.
There will be a school community coming up for drone cleaning network as well. So we can all share our experience and our ideas and move everybody
Yeah, always
forward.
be networking, guys. The reason I'm in my truck is because I'm actually at the Bear County Business Convention here, which is the county is, I don't know what you guys, so we have the city, then we have a county, the state, and, you know, country. So this is doing business with the county. And so I'm actually networking. I took 2 hours to come do this, and I'm going back into the conference because I've already got all these business cards of directors, facility managers, guys that I show them the drone video. All I got to do is show them the drone video, and I get their card. So
Right.
I've got this many right now. I got to follow up with. So go get involved, see what's going on in your town, and go out and meet people, network.
Yeah. From what we have seen, facilities management companies are all over drone cleaning because it opens them a ton of opportunities for them.
Because
they are really
what's
invested
happening
in that.
And I know we could go on and on for another 3 hours, but you have to remember the older buildings, they have to eventually replace those anchor points, and that's very, very expensive. So now they're looking at the drone as an alternative to replacing anchor points or old scaffolding or old swing stages, because that can cost thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, even a couple $1 million to retrofit an old building. So that's why the older property managers are really starting to look at drones as well, because their buildings are old and they have to come up to code as well for certain things.
Yep.